Hello everyone. I trust you are all doing great. So I'm making this presentation given the numerous requests I am getting from students on how to structure or what should form the basis of their project write-up in terms of chapter 1, writing chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. But for this presentation, I'm just going to do the outline from chapter 1 to chapter 3. So in my next video, I will do chapter 4 and 5. So let's get started. So for chapter 1 outline, what is expected of you? The first thing, immediately you put up chapter 1, introduction. The first thing should be background to the study. You want to tell us the background of your study, the situational context, what the topic is trying to say in advanced countries, in Africa, and in Nigeria at the local level. So you want to tell us the context of what you are working on. So immediately after that, what you do is statement of the problem of the study. So under this statement of the problem, you are expected to tell us four things which can form your four paragraphs, which are what is the problem, who has the problem, why is it a problem, and how is it a problem. This Your statement of the problem must contain these four things that I've mentioned to make it robust and meaningful. So after that, you have your purpose of the study, which is just for you to state your topic as the purpose of the study. So under that, you now tell us the specific research objectives, which can be more than two, three, can be one, can be two, can be three, can be four, as the case may be, depending on what you are working on. So once you tell us the purpose of the study and the research objective therein, the next thing is the research question. So remember that your research objective will form your research question. So if you're having three research objectives, for instance, you have three research questions. So you turn your research objective to research question. So this item is very important too under the chapter 1. Then immediately after that is your research hypothesis. If it is one research hypothesis you want to state, it's just be SIS. If it is more than one, it will now be SES. That's why you have this there. So your research question is also what you turn to your research hypothesis. However, if you have three research questions, it doesn't mean you have three research hypotheses. It can be more than that, it can be less, less than that. So all research hypotheses must be stated in a non form, meaning that you must state it that there is no significant relationship, there's no significant differences, there's no significant effect, as the case may be. So it must be stated in a non form. Then the next thing after research hypothesis is your scope of the study. Scope and delimitation of the study. Remember to add delimitation of the study, scope and delimitation of the study. Here you want to tell us the topical scope, that's your topic, and the geographical scope, area you want to focus on, the nature of your respondent, or participant, as the case may be. So you want to tell us the scope and delimitation of the study, some things that will enhance or limit the conduct of your study. You want to tell us under this, bullets or item. So next thing is your significance of the study, which we talk about who are the beneficiary of the studies, the beneficiary of your study. So you want to tell us those that will benefit from your study, the academia, the agency, the focus, your research focus area. You want to tell us here the beneficiaries of your study, how important your study will be. Then finally, under the outline of chapter 1 is your definition of key terms. Definition of key terms. Here you want to tell us, you want to define your key variables under this item. So the variables that form your topic and your dependent and independent variables, this is where you define them according to the context of this study. So these are the outline for chapter 1. So we move to chapter 2 outline. So under this chapter 2, the first thing you want to see is your outline of literature review. Most supervisors will ask you to present the outline of your literature review so that they can see what you want to review before they give you go ahead to review. So here you want to tell us the outline of your literature review, depending on your study, maybe more than 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on your study. So under the outline, you tell us the conceptual clarification of keywords in the title. Yes, conceptual clarification of keywords. So you define or you discuss the concept that forms your topic and your variables. Very, very important. The next thing here is discussion of core variables. Variables of independent and dependent that form your research question and hypothesis. This is where you discuss them. Can be more than 1, 2, 3, depending. So you discuss them here because this is what will form this will ensure or enhance what you discuss under a discussion of findings in chapter 4. The next thing is empirical review. You must discuss empirical review, what different scholars and authors have discussed or reviewed in their various works, and the findings they have been able to come up with. So you discuss it here. Then the literature review gap. What gap have you been able to to bridge from your literature review? So you want to tell us because very, very important as well. Then the last thing here is your summary of literature review. You want to summarize what you have been able to review from year to year so far. So these are the outline of your chapter 2. Then lastly, for this presentation is the outline of your chapter 3. So under this chapter 3, what we expect of you, what we are expecting from you is that you tell us your research design. It could be descriptive survey research design, could be experimental, could be mixed method, as the case may be. You want to tell us the research design. Then the next thing is the study location, where you want to carry out your study. Very, very important. So the next thing is population of the study. You must talk about the population of the study. What's their characteristics like? What's the total number of your population? You want to tell us because it will help you to draw out your sample. Sample size and sampling techniques. You want to draw the sample from your population of the study using different techniques. Can be more than one. It can be one. It can be more than one. If it's more than one, then it's multi-stage sampling procedure where you talk about different techniques. So this is very key as well. Then next thing is your research instrument. Can be one, can be two, depending on your study. Can use questionnaire, can use interview, can be observation, depending, like I said. So research instruments must talk about that. Then here also is validity and reliability of the study. The validity and reliability of the study. We must talk about that as well. Yes. So the next thing is method of data collection. What are the methods you want to use to collect your data? How do you want to go about it? You must tell us here. Then the last thing on that outline is method of data analysis. This is also important as well. How do you want to analyze your data that you have collected? So all these must be contained in your chapter 3. If anyone is missing, then your chapter 3 is not complete. Just as the case of others, chapter 1 and 2 as well, that I've discussed earlier. And if anyone is missing, then it's not complete. So these are the outline of from chapter 1 to chapter 3. I hope you have been able to learn one or two things there. So in my next presentation, I'll talk about the outline of chapter 4 and 5, and subsequently we'll pick each chapter and we'll discuss what is inherent in each of the items that we have outlined. So I hope you find this video useful. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you. And if you have any question, please feel free to drop it on the comment section. Thank you for your time.